I have never rooted so hard for two characters to kiss in my entire life. I have never been so arrested by tension, by palpable tension. I have never witnessed a moment that is so clearly launching 1,000 different fanfics all at once before now. I give you Dunk and Lyonel Baratheon. Now, anyone who has read A Night of the Seven Kingdoms before will know that this isn't exactly unusual for Dunk. Dunk, because he is so awkward and because he is, a strapping young man, often finds himself in these moments of tension, shall we say, with other characters. And honestly, this isn't even the first time that one of those characters has been a man. But hey, I will not spoil the book because we're talking about the TV show here. And let me tell you, though this isn't a thing in the book, boy, does it have the spirit of it. Boy, does it give me that ooh-ah sensation. And I'm sure there's already a few of you in the comments right now going, why you gotta make everything gay? Why you gotta make everything about this? Because it bothers you. Because it bothers you, and that makes me giggle. That makes me so very happy. But on another level, this is a proud tradition of the A Song of Ice and Fire books. Bi Panic is more prevalent than you would expect, despite Game of Thrones, the TV show's efforts to erase that from the memory, if you will. In A Storm of Swords, Jon Snow famously spends the entire Battle of Castle Black thinking about how pretty one of the new recruits is that he's in charge of. And boy, does that go on and is so fun to watch as he can't help but think of, wow, how pretty this raven-haired boy is. Satin Flowers, I will never forget you. Never! Nor will Jon. But anyway, back to Dunk and his new boyfriend, Lyonel. Now, no, they're not going to be boyfriends. It's not a thing. I'm not being Delulu here. But what I am loving about this is that there is so many ways you can read this. There is such a palpable tension and a poking. There's a tongue-in-cheek poking fun quality to it. It's a Freudian slip. Like, his tongue is in the... I'm sorry. Kiss! And it's the messiness of this whole interaction that I love. Dunk is so unsure of himself, especially at the beginning of this, when Lyonel initially calls him over and they have that very interesting conversation where Lyonel is pointing out a lot of Dunk's current deficiencies. Dunk is slouching. Dunk obviously feels like he is out of place. He is looking around. He has a nervous quality to him. All of these things Lyonel is seeing because, he's crazy and this is just kind of like how he perceives things. But he's not wrong. These things are all true, and in his own way, for whatever his reasons are, he kind of helps Dunk at least start the process of kind of getting over them a little bit. Now, I'm not getting too ahead of myself. Dunk is awkward and will remain awkward, but I do love that Lyonel forcing him to have this like messy, tension-filled, flirty, not flirty, are we gonna fight, are we gonna kiss, whatever interaction, brings out this kind of light in Dunk. Dunk is nervous, obviously, when they're doing that weird, like, little dance thing with the stomping on the feet, and when he actually, like, lands a shot at Lyonel, he has that moment of panic, but the second that he sees that, like, oh, this is just a game that we're playing, he gets to enjoy himself, too. He gets to, like, feel like, oh, I can play, too. I can be a part of this. And that ultimately, I think, is really the point of this scene. It's allowing Dunk to feel like he can participate in this grand event. The tourney at Ashford is a place where he does not feel like he should be initially. He doesn't have a pavilion like all the other knights. He's a hedge knight, so he is used to sleeping on the side of the road somewhere, eating his salt beef. He's not used to the luxuries that a lot of these other knights and lords are kind of flaunting at the moment. And so having a moment where he can kind of forget all of that and actually embrace the moment, embrace the fun of it all, and kind of assert himself as having, a small part to play or a small, reason for being there is really sweet and important to the development of him as a character. And as I've stated in a previous video, this is, I think, the brilliance of expanding Lyonel Baratheon's role in this way. Lyonel Baratheon in the book is kind of an afterthought. You see him a couple times, kind of like from a distance. He's this crazy madman, he loves to fight. He's a Baratheon through and through. But then he isn't a huge part of the story until later on, where he kind of shows up at a pivotal moment. But even in the context of the book, like, it feels pretty like, oh, okay, this guy's here. But the way the show is setting us up, I don't think that we're gonna have that same feeling, because he has kind of like ingratiated himself, or at least I should say, like, made himself a part of Dunk's story, of Dunk's narrative. So being kind of the starting point for this, like, building of confidence, I think is going to make for a better payoff later when things start to heat up towards the end. I'm being so good about not giving spoilers, y'all, okay? And this is like a 100-page book. Y'all can go out and read it, and I'm doing this for you. But anyway, after seeing how they've already expanded his role and made him like a much larger part of the story from the get-go, I'm very excited to see where they take this character. This character who, oh God, he's so fun. I know, I want to like do like actual analysis and like, oh, how does this pertain to the story and what is it, blah, blah, blah. But like at the end of the day, I just want to talk about how fucking fun he is. This guy is insane. The energy that he brings is infectious. And again, that entire sequence with the dancing and the stomping and the tongue, that face that he makes at Dunk, I'm like, whoo, hi, whoo. I don't know what I would do if that man looked at me like that. Hi, hello, sir. Then again, I keep being told in the comments that I look like a bargain brand Baratheon. So is this incest? I mean, this is the incest show, but I don't know how I feel about that. Also, I love how I just like zhuzhed my hair like that. That was really fucking gay. But anyway, Lyonel's bi, Dunk is bi, Jon Snow's bi, and I hope that angers someone. Anyway, hope y'all have a great night. Okay, goodbye.